Internal Revenue Service IRS tax news. Here's how taxpayers can track the status of their refund. COVID tax tip 2021-39, March 30th, 2021. Tracking the status of a tax refund is easy with the Where's My Refund tool. There's a link to the Where's My Refund tool here. It's conveniently accessible on IRS.gov or through the IRS2Go app, so you can check it out on your phone. There's a link to that here. And taxpayers can start checking their refund status within 24 hours after an e-filed return is received. So once again, taxpayers can start checking their refund status on the Where's My Refund tool within 24 hours after an e-file return is received. Refund timing. Where's My Refund provides a personalized date after the return is processed and a refund is approved. While most tax refunds are issued within 21 days, some may take longer if the return requires additional review. So clearly the 21 days is a kind of average here. And given that it is an average, there could be some that are going to be later, some that are going to be sooner. And if there is a problem with it, something that's going to take a little bit longer, then it might take a little bit longer. Some of the things that could take longer would be refundable types of tax credits, such as an earned income tax credit or a child tax credit. Those credits are things that the IRS needs to be doubly aware of for people trying to commit fraud, because those are highly susceptible for fraudulent types of returns. So if you have an earned income tax credit or a child tax credit with a refundable portion to it particularly, then the IRS may be more skeptical on those. It might take a little bit longer in some cases for those to be filed. Here are some reasons a tax return refund may take longer. The return may include errors or be incomplete. So if it's incomplete, now, if you use tax software, it's more unlikely that it will be incomplete because the software will give you some double checks, some internal control type of processes before sending it in. But still, if it's incomplete, that could cause a problem. The return could be affected by identity theft or fraud. So if they think there's a fraud or something like that that's going to be taken in place, then that'll cause problems. Many banks do not process payments on weekends or holidays. So obviously, if it's a banking type of thing, bankers, they don't work on the weekends or holidays. So keep that in mind. So claiming the Recovery Rebate Credit, there's a link to that here on the 2020 tax return, will not delay processing of a return. However, it is important that taxpayers claim the correct amount. If a correction is needed, there may be a slight delay in processing the return. So obviously, if there's a correction that's happening, because what they're going to do is tie out your tax information to what they sent out on the prepayments for the Recovery Rebate Credit, which are the economic impact payments round 1 and round 2. So the common error that might be taking place is people put the wrong amount for the round 1 and round 2 of the economic impact payments. They have that information on their side, so if it's wrong, then they're probably going to question that. If their records don't tie out to your records, they're probably going to question that in a similar way as they would probably automatically question something like if you filed your W-2 and you put the wrong number in box 1 or something like that, because they have the W-2. So they don't even need a person to double check that their records don't equal your records, because the machine can do it there. So if your 1099 doesn't tie out or something like that, or your Recovery Rebate Credit doesn't tie out, then that's going to cause a problem that they can basically, they're just mechanically should be able to catch that without anything else, and then obviously that'll cause a delay from there as they look into it and possibly send out a letter, most likely saying, hey, look, this is what our records show. They're different than what your records show, and do you agree with our adjustment? So in any case, if corrections are made, the IRS will send the taxpayer a notice explaining any changes. The Recovery Rebate Credit will be included in the tax refund. The IRS will contact taxpayers by mail if more information is needed to process their tax return. Fast and easy refund update. Taxpayers can start checking on the status of their return within 24 hours after the IRS acknowledges receipt of an electronically filed return, or 4 weeks after the taxpayer mails a paper return. The tool's track displays progress in 3 phases. So phase 1, return received. That's nice to see, actually. So when you actually send in the return, it's nice to e-file the return, just so you know that they actually got it. And so you've got that part done. You've got your side of the thing kind of done here. But 2, refund approved. That's important too, because then we get monies on the way possibly. And 3, the refund sent. That's when the money's actually on the way, you would think, or possibly here. If it's electronic, it should be like really fast. So to use the Where's My Refund, there's a link to that here. Taxpayers must enter their social security number or individual taxpayer identification number, their filing status, and the exact whole dollar amount of their refund. So you might want to have then the tax return in front of you when you're entering the Where's My Refund information, so that you make sure you have the needed information to go through the process to check it. So the IRS updates the tool once a day, usually overnight, so there's no need to check more often. So if you're checking it every hour, probably not useful. Maybe twice a day, maybe like in the morning and in the evening, possibly. If you're doing it more than that, calm down. Just twice a day, possibly morning, evening, because they don't change it more often than that. So calling the IRS won't speed up tax refund. So they're basically saying, don't call us, please, don't call us. The information available on Where's My Refund is the same information available to the IRS phone assisters. So I interpret that to mean if you do actually get a hold of someone over here with our social distancing rules in place and all that kind of stuff, we're still only going to have the information that you'll be able to find on the refund status site here as well. So they're trying to, of course, get people to go to the Where's My Refund status thing.